Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Week 33's edition of InterDreamTeam. Joined by the bridesmaid, Mr. Settle, Simon Says, Mr. Coley, and myself. I'll be the Maverick and the Des Lynam of the day. So it's been a busy 7 days in the world of football since we last spoke, guys. Couple of semis. I'm sure you're familiar with those. What did you reckon to it all? Absolute scandalous behaviour, especially in the United Coventry game. 3-0 down. Coventry came back 3-3, and VAR stole a huge point. You know, they could have gone down in history for that comeback, and we're talking the finest of margins. What do you reckon?
It was a robbery, wasn't it? And it was daylight. So it's and a big shame. Any person on the fence wanted a Coventry win there, surely.
Yeah, man, the guts to come back and that moment was just incredible. And yeah, we're talking millimeters. Won't be the first to say it, and probably won't be the last. Fuck VAR. Talking of VAR, quick shout out to a Mr. Stuart Atwell. He's been in touch with us through the socials this week, and he says, "Keep up the good work, guys, and up the Hatters." So yeah, nice of him.
Cheers, Stuart.
Straight from the forest
so
socials.
Just a little bit of housekeeping. It's Wednesday night. We're 60 minutes through the fixtures for this evening. So the 4 fixtures from Wednesday night and tomorrow evening's game with Brighton and Man City. The stats won't be updated for the players involved in those games. Apart from that, we're all up to date, aren't we, guys?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man.
All righty then. Let's get to it. Talk to me about some strikers, please.
Here they are. We got to the time of the season, really, where there isn't much variance in the players we're going to be looking at. But there's definitely a couple of players we want to highlight for different reasons. Haaland, keep a very close eye. There's a decent chance that he won't feature at the weekend. Watch out for these press conferences. But yeah, a decent chance. So you got him who's highlighted and Cunha at the bottom. However, Cunha on the bench tonight. I'm not sure if he's managed to get on the pitch yet, but he was on the bench. So likelihood is he will feature at the weekend. One man that you cannot ignore would be Watkins. He's got a double game week, double home fixtures, and he is the most informed striker pretty much in the game at the moment. So he's a very, very solid shout for anyone who's looking to get any points and take advantage of this double game week. You got to really be looking at him, I think. Salah, I don't think many people are going to be looking to take him out. Nothing new there. I think if you've got Núñez, you're probably going to really want to try and shift him out. His confidence is shot. From what I've seen of the game tonight, he looks shocking again. So yeah, you're probably not going to be wanting him in and around your team. Interesting one with Isak. You might not benefit from a double this week, but very, very much in form. Is a dangerous man and very much in demand. A lot of gossip going around. Looks like Arsenal are looking to pinch him in the summer. Whether they will or not, I'm not too sure. Anybody else really talk? I mean, Alvarez on here. He's still not looking the part. He's barely got any points, and he's actually got quite a lot of fixtures to get to that amount of points and play quite a few minutes. So don't bother with him. Not worth the time of day. The best of the rest, a little bit more interesting on here. Son, so obviously double game week for Tottenham, and it is, big derby with Arsenal the weekend. He did score twice back in the first fixture last year, blanked in the 2 games previous to that, but he's going to be leading the line. So it's going to be a toss. You're going to be tossing up between Tottenham form not being very good, but a double game week. And being Son, he does rack decent points, and he's got a 7 average, which is pretty rare. So that might be a decent punt, because I don't think that many people will be rushing to put Son in. just because you haven't really had the precedence to do it, and they haven't had that many fixtures. Mateta, out of nowhere, hot form, and he has actually notched again tonight. So he's looking decent. Not got many fixtures now, though. What, 4? I think 4 after tonight. So
only Palace, yeah.
Yeah, and they're not going to have a huge amount to play for, probably, are they? Really? So they're pretty much going to be safe, aren't they? I just can't imagine they're going to get really dragged into it. So yeah, not a huge amount to play for. Antonio's in there, the old bulldozer, if you fancy it. Probably not, but he's there. And Jackson, I mean, his figures. Yeah, I mean, he's had an absolute nightmare, hasn't he, in last couple of games? So yeah, perhaps those figures are a little bit flattering for him at the moment. And Hoyland, yeah, probably won't bother with him either, really, to be honest with you. He's not on the best form. I think if you were going to look at anyone kind of in that attacking line, it'd probably be Garnacho, I'd probably say, would be the man to have a look at, but none of them. So I think maybe we need to move a little bit further back in the field, have a look at the mids instead of these strikers.
The number cruncher, 3,000.
Midfield option. You got your Foden plants, you got your Saka plants, and you got Odegaard, haven't you? Popping.
Are they all easy to get? I think they're all easy to get, aren't they?
They are all easy to get, apparently.
I'm getting them all.
He's getting them all. Odegaard, he scored, didn't he? And he got a couple of assists this game week. Him and Havertz actually earned 20 points apiece in game week 32. But the ones I'm going to focus more on are the double game week players. And not too many about. Like we said, you've got Aston Villa, Chelsea and Tottenham are the double game week players. So we've got to talk about Cole Palmer. He obviously missed the game last night against Arsenal due to illness. So hopefully he comes back for the Saturday game against Aston Villa. Interesting stat I saw about Cole Palmer. I saw it prior to our recording last week. Didn't want to piss on your bonfire, you two, because I know you love a bit of Cole Palmer. They're all fanboys, aren't you? But he hasn't actually scored outside of Stamford Bridge since the 30th of December when he scored a couple of goals against Luton. Obviously, that's been extended, obviously, at Wembley. He got the 8 points, though, didn't he? Which is pretty good. And he obviously didn't play last night. But, you know, that is going to end very soon because such a quality player. So that away hoodoo will end. But like I say, you got Aston Villa on Saturday. He hasn't scored in 3 games against them, but he has got the saving grace of a home game against Tottenham next Thursday. So he's scored 2 goals in 3 games against Tottenham. So I do fancy Palmer to be one of the most transferred in and captained for this game week. We've got to mention Fernandes in here because, yeah, they've got Burnley at home. They've got a single game week, but, you know, he was the most transferred player in for game week 32. The 3rd most popular captain, actually. He got 13 points against Coventry. He scored again tonight by the looks of it against Sheffield United. It looks like he's got a penalty there. So you're looking at his stats and, you know, he's just Mr. Reliable, isn't he? He's ticking all the metrics there. And, yeah, looking at that, he's only played 3 games on our stats compared to other players who've played like 6, like Saka. And he's really, you know, holding his own there. And I think he'll be one of the most...
Sorry, mate, just before you move on from Fernandes, he's actually just scored again.
Has he really? There you go. So he's
17 points for the match so far.
So that's it. I mean, I think he'll be one of the most transferred in, even though they've got the single game week, because Burnley at home should be hopefully another repeater tonight where he just maybe pops up with a goal or 2. And we'll have a little look at the best of the rest, please. So I tried to go for more kind of attacking options for Villa. You've got your McGinns, Douglas Luizes, but they're more sitting midfielders. So I've gone for Bailey, who's obviously more of an attacker. The form's there. He's the joint 3rd most assists on Dream Team with 15. Actually, 2nd is Watkins with 17. So he's probably going to be one of the strongest options if you want a differential double game week player. Played against Chelsea 6 times. He hasn't scored. Diaby has played against them 3 times and scored 1 goal. So he's another decent option, getting the games in, decent returns for him. One player I really like is Rodgers, actually. I mean, he's cheap as chips, 2.2 million, playing quite a lot of minutes at the moment for Villa since his move from Middlesbrough in January, and he's playing out wide for him, but he's a bit of a Watkins actually. He can play through the middle, so you know, looking at that, 2.2 million. Villa have got a lot of games coming up, but something that we'll expand on in a bit as well. So he could well be a great option. I went for a Tottenham option. I put Maddison in there. Obviously, you know, he was the prince of Dream Team at the start of the season. Everything he was touching was like a goal or assist. But since his injury, it's just not clicked for him, has it? Since he's come back, and the form's not been there. But I'm looking at his opponents. Obviously, he's got tough games, Arsenal and Chelsea this game week. He has scored a couple of times against both of them before. You feel with Maddison, it's kind of now or never time for him to sort his form out, because obviously if he doesn't, there's a good chance he might not even make the plane for England. So it could be a good option to get in as a differential. Yes, Eze had to put him in here because he got 15 points against West Ham, scored the week before against Liverpool. So the form is there. A bit like Elise, really. I mean, just needs to sort his fitness out long term, because these guys, they're just too good for Palace, with all due respect. But he gets the nod over Elise because the fitness is slightly better at the moment. I think Elise started off the bench tonight as well. So if you want a single game week form player, Eze is a great option, I think. And let's have a little look at your defenders, Adam.
Hi, I'm Peter Pumpernickel.
Yeah, cheers, mate. So obviously, big week for the Arsenal defence. 2 shutouts for them, massively impacted on the points for the 3 sort of stalwarts in the heart of their defence, and all 3 of them now over 200 points. The only defenders in the game to have over 200 points. So really attractive options for us as Dream Team managers. However, we need to caveat that with the fact that Arsenal have only got 4 fixtures left for the season. So it's tricky. As a manager, we need to decide, do we go for the form with the minimal fixtures, or do we want bulk, and do we start looking at your Conser options? Conser with 6 fixtures available to him, potentially 7. The Chelsea defenders, yeah, brilliant. six games for those. 6 games for those to complete as well, and the same with Spurs. But with the unfortunate news that Udogie is now out for the rest of the season, and Porro on the treatment table as well, it's difficult to go there. So Newcastle with 5 fixtures left. Trippier is close apparently to a return, but still not involved in full training. But something to monitor. If he's back with 3 or 4 fixtures left, maybe worth a punt. He will be a huge differential. Maguire, big week for him. Scored 2. Scored again tonight. Scored in the cup semi. Showed the class that we all know he has. Straight to the Coventry players, and with the handshake. He is a gentleman and a scholar, and he's had a really tough season, and he's now starting to come into some form. So yeah, good on him. Good on the old slabhead. Yeah, hopefully he can refine his form, and yeah, not fun being the butt of the jokes, is it, boys?
You know.
Talking of which, here's a Gvardiol plant. I've got one of those as well. So Gvardiol, Man City, obviously very attractive options, and City with 6 fixtures. So Gvardiol is on good form, and although he was an unused sub, wasn't he, in the cup semi? A bit disappointing, but I guess he did play 120 minutes against Real Madrid. But Gvardiol looking very attractive in the City defence, along with Akanji, who's ticking over nicely now, the best performing City defender at the time of recording. So yeah, Digne at Villa also looking quite good at the moment. He's been playing most of the minutes from the last 2. So up to you guys as Dream Team managers. You know, Arsenal with all the form, but with 4 fixtures, or these other options with more available fixtures, but the clean sheets just aren't really there. Moving on to the best of the rest, please, Ross. So we got the best of the rest, which isn't looking like much of the best at all, is it? But we filled it with players with 6 or more fixtures, I believe. That's what I did. Yeah, 6 or more fixtures in there, apart from Trent, obviously. Trent's back. Huge attacking potential from Trent. Only 4 fixtures available for Liverpool, though. So, he's not going to be keeping clean sheets, is he? But huge potential for goals and assists and points up the field. But you've got your Cash, your Torres, more Villa options there. Like I say, 6 fixtures available, potentially 7. So, over those games, if they play lots of minutes, they could, it could all tally up and be quite nice for you. Kyle Walker now back in the frame for City, and another City option. So just bear him in mind, but don't leave him alone with your girlfriend. Yeah.
I never felt more like singing the blues when Ipswich don't win and Norwich win. Oh, Ipswich, you got me singing the blues.
Hello, my name's Jonny. How's it going? Bloody bar.
So to start off with, here we go. Did you watch the cup final at the weekend, mate? Cup semi-final, Man United Coventry.
No, I didn't actually watch it this weekend because I was on the golf course at the time. So me and Taris were keeping kind of tracks on it.
You've not seen the highlights?
I saw the highlights. I know what happened. Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on that Anthony incident after the shootout there?
Oh, I'm not totally sure. That's probably not the best question to start with.
Because he obviously headbutted that mascot, didn't he? Afterwards, it's like been all over the news.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't see that. What do I think of that?
The bee, the bee mascot.
Did the mascot do anything to him, or
said
not
something?
really? No, he just told him. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, as a mascot, you don't headbutt it, do you?
Well, not really, unless he racially insulted him or something like that.
Then he might have buzzed a bit too close to him, perhaps.
Or insulted him, maybe insulted his mum or something. Then you might give him the back. But apart from there's not really any reason.
Yeah, you're not completely against him headbutting the bee mascot then.
It really depends on what the mascot did. But yeah, generally speaking, especially as a professional footballer, he shouldn't be acting in that way, should he? He's getting paid enough money. He should be able to handle his attitude, I suppose. Anger.
Yeah, paid
not,
professional and all
good.
that.
Yeah, the kids aren't going to like it, are they? Especially you've all got kids, haven't you? Were you all sitting down watching it with them?
No. Yeah, they weren't watching it.
No tears, no tears, boys.
I hear the sentiment.
Yeah. So just to clarify, you're not condoning any headbutting of mascots.
As I said, it really. I don't know the full ins and outs, so I can't really comment on that.
Oh well, looks like we lost Jonny. Pretty sharpish there. Shame, but his content looks like it's going to be a valuable addition, wouldn't you say, boys?
Well, yeah. I mean, clearly up to date with current events and watching plenty of football. What's the top 5 for the week then, guys?
Oh, it's we tried to go double game week, guys, and we obviously Palmer. I've talked about him before. His ownership, about 31% owned at the moment, so it's high. It's like the 7th highest, but I can just see that only increasing. Obviously, bear in mind the availability of him. Keep an eye on the old press conference and stuff, and hopefully he'll be back for the Aston Villa game. But yeah, and Fernandes as well. Like I say, I don't think you can argue against him. His current form, even if it's a single game week, why not? Definitely, and like we said, Bailey, he's good form, differential. If you've already got 1 or 2 of them options already, I think. Who else are we talking about on here, boys?
Well, we got up top. We've got a little touch of Watkins, haven't we? I mean, I don't think you can go too far wrong. If you look at his goal involvements for the year, he's getting a little bit out of control. But yeah, I could see him, racking 20 plus over this game week.
Yeah, and obviously, if you're looking for a defensive option, then look no further than Konsa. 6% owned. He is the bonus king when it comes to defenders. 52 bonus points for the season, and got double game week. Chelsea at home and Olympiacos at home, and if Nicholas Jackson's up front, then Conser can, he could just bring his crossword and just chill out, can't he? And he's still going to get his clean sheet. So, yeah. Ideally, we're looking at the midfielders, aren't we? That's where the points are. That's where the points are this season, right? Mostly.
Big time.
Yeah.
All right, then. So,
That's-
armband then. What are we thinking?
The armband. This is the tough one, isn't it? I think it's going to be a straight shootout between Watkins and Palmer myself. It's difficult to narrow it down, really, isn't it? I don't know about you boys, but I'd probably be leaning more towards Watkins just because he plays further up the field. Hard.
Yeah, he seems to quite enjoy playing in the European games, doesn't he? So I don't think. I mean, I haven't got the stats on this, but I don't think the Greek sides have got a great record in England either, have they? Doubt they have. So I
can't imagine they would have.
I just can't recall, many big performances by Greek sides in there. So yeah, points ahoy, but Palmer, he has consistently. I mean, look at those average points per game. That's a lot now. That is a lot. So, and he's playing for Chelsea, who are fairly poor.
Yeah, good shouts, guys. I think Watkins and Palmer it's a coin toss, isn't it? So yeah, good work. Salah only one game, so going down against Everton at the moment as well, aren't they? So looks like their season might be finished. Klopp's treble winning final season's gone out with a whimper.
If you hadn't used the bonus chips by now, then save them up, take them to next season. See you next time, because there ain't no point using them now. You have left it too late. Game over. Game
Jonny.
over.
Jonny. So we're running out of games, guys. We're running out of game weeks. It's crunch time at the top of the mini leagues, at the top of the overall leagues. Now's the time to get it right. Now's the time to take a gamble if you need to. You're running out of weeks for making up ground. So, and if you're sat at the top of your leagues, then keep a calm head and try not to feel the pressure too much and make any silly mistakes, Ross.
Settle down.
So
you're hoping.
Yeah, just settle down, yeah.
The crown is heavy at times. What was that?
Yeah, just quick shout out to some of our regular viewers. Thanks to Sterex for your continued support, and always nice to hear from you. Good work this week with your. Did he say he brought Eze in or Elise?
Eze, I think, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice gamble. Nice gamble indeed. Karen Drayton, Guna Jen, all of the guys from the Facebook Dream Team free tips group. Thanks for some of your kind words and feedback. Appreciate your views and appreciate you spending the time watching us. So if you're not on there and you're not aware of that group, there's some good content on there. So get on Facebook and search that group, and they'll let you in, I'm sure. All right, fellas. So that's game week 33 in a nutshell. All the very best for points this week. Enjoy the footy. Good luck to Villa and their fans. It'd be nice to see an English team in the final of any European competition. So, and it gives us one more opportunity for more points in Dream Team. So, All right. Cheers, guys. And may the points be with you.
And with you.
I'm coming up, so we better get this party started. Shimon.
I hope not.